Look, here's what's happening. Let me start there with the communist typeface. Barack Obama is doing betting on America.
And the America it's one of those pudgy, sort of fattened America-looking things that the communists used to use.
Yeah.
Especially communist Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing they didn't use was a backward K in America.
Yet.
Yet. I mean, it is so obvious an attempt to... what are you doing? Is it just to get our goat? Are you just want us to talk about it? Are you trying to bait us into taking? Well, look, they're even using communist font now.
Well, you know
that's how communist they are.
Okay, no, you know what it is. Honestly,
I don't.
I think that when it comes to the art is. Do you remember when Barack Obama first came in and he did the Hope poster, and then you were living in Manhattan with us. Were you living in Manhattan then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you remember going by Saks Fifth Avenue and seeing the windows of Saks Fifth Avenue? And I drove by one day, and I went, that's communist. That's 1930s communism. And it was. And it was, I believe it was Shepard Fairey again, who had done work for Saks Fifth Avenue's windows, or it was inspired by him, and it was 1920s, 1930s communism. Everything repeats itself. Just like fashion repeats itself, art repeats itself as well. And we are in this period where all of the artists are doing this communist art. These are books owned by me. I just went up into the where the artists hang out in this building, where the smokers are, and yeah, they're smoking dope up there. All artists do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but these are books. Some of the books for the art department that I purchased, and we've got all kinds of different art books, but this we got because, and you'll see some of them are flagged. Like this, I went through and I dog-eared some of the pages so you could see some of the old styles that we want to be able to bring back, because it's like art is comfort. When you're trying to pitch something or somebody, you want something that looks comfortable, et cetera, et cetera. For the left, that leftist art is comfortable to them, and this is not. Look at this. This is just propaganda prints. If you look at this book, which is just propaganda prints, very few of them are American. Most of them are Nazi, Russian, Cuban, or anti-American. Here at the end, a lot of this is all anti-American, anti-capitalist stuff that happened here. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's just all stuff that has been done for propaganda purposes by communists. And you don't find this kind of art done by capitalists. You don't find this kind of stuff done because artists aren't usually capitalists.
And we have jobs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened, I think, on this typeface thing is most artists are lefties. So they all get together, and they all know what art is coming because it cycles through again, and they know that this is the kind of art that is popular right now. And so they're kind of in that mode. If I'm running Obama's campaign, and I'm the head of the art department, I run his campaign, and I'm like, look, here's the model of what we're doing. You keep everything that we do in this genre, looking like this. Well, that typeface will be in that genre. They're not necessarily every time going, let's put the communist font on. That decision was made long ago. This is nothing new. Well, I guess that's all I'm trying to say. This is nothing new. The genre of art and where they're going has been decided long ago. It was decided the first election with the Hope poster. It's the same thing. They just keep going.
So is it a tip of the hat to? Is there maybe further leftist supporters?
I think there would be some in there that would say yes. That some would be like, oh, this will tip the hat. I think like the, what was his slogan, progress or forward?
Forward, yeah.
I think that stuff is a tip of the hat. I think the art thing is much more subtle than that. I think that the artists that are doing this stuff, they don't even see it. They don't even know who we are. They think of us they think of the rest of America that's not a progressive / socialist / communist. They think of us just as dogs playing poker, art lovers, and Lee Greenwood listeners. That's it. There's nothing else. There's the people who get it, and then there's the people who buy the dogs playing poker.
Right.
That's what they think.
Do you think that there's a part of it that is intentional in that they like when they like when conservatives are coming out saying the word communist all the time?
Yes.
They like that.
Yes.
Because I think Romney's campaign would argue yes, which is why they are so careful with everything and they don't say things like that. And for our purposes, we're a show, and we aren't trying to win elections. We're trying to
tell the truth.
So I don't care.
Yep.
But someone like Romney who's trying to win an election.
So
and
it's smart for Romney, in my opinion. It's smart for Romney not to say. It's smart for Romney to say the communist font thing. Come on. And quite honestly, that story is on the Blaze now about the communist font. I don't think this is anything new. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is yet another sign. Yep. They got a bunch of communists working for them, a bunch of socialists, but that's artists that are doing that. No.
Right.
Artists are a little left.
By mid-October, they're going to be using the word comrade. By mid-October. It's my prediction.
Can I tell you something? I believe they have. I really believe they have. I'm trying to remember the example, but I believe they already have. So I don't think it's that. And I think Romney should be able to say, that's ridiculous, because it is ridiculous to talk about that. It's a good little signpost to say, look where their allegiance is, look who they are. It's a little signpost, but it's not something for Romney to talk about. However, for Romney not to come out, and he wouldn't now because it's not important, but for Romney not to come out and say, you know what, it was important, Mr. President. Let's say in a debate, my opponent is attacking me, et cetera, et cetera. Mr. Obama, President Obama, I haven't attacked you like you have attacked my record. Your people have come out and said that I may be doing something illegal because I have an offshore account. I may be doing something illegal, or you've smeared me and said that I was shipping jobs overseas at the same time you were shipping jobs overseas. Do you know that GM bailed out a French company? You know that? We bailed out GM, and GM bailed out a French car company. So don't talk to me
about French car companies.
I know. Don't talk to me, Mr. President, about shipping jobs overseas. Don't talk to me about offshore accounts. Don't talk to me about any of that stuff, because you are the poster child for it. But you know what, Mr. President? There are things that need to be said, like you've never explained how you hired a known revolutionary communist to be your green job czar. That is such a diehard, such a clear-cut case on communism that when you have those opportunities, should Mitt Romney say that forward, that was on communist posters? Nope. But when you have clear-cut policies, Mr. President, what you are suggesting, the way you want to do business, you are describing not the U.S. Constitution, but the Communist Constitution of Soviet Russia, 1973. And I'm sorry. That's not calling you a communist. That's saying your policies were found in the Communist Constitution in the Soviet Union, 1973. Period. I think you can make cases like that, and I think, quite honestly, Romney needs one really good case that he allows people to know on our side he knows.